Just sort of make a decision where you think they live. Drop them in. Drop them in. Maybe, look here. There's a few on this old tree. Just like that. Let's put a few on this little tree. Leave some of the old trunk showing. Some on this one. All kinds of things happening. And just let them go. Just let them go. We'll give this tree some. There. See them? All kinds of leaves here. And let some of the sky show through. And I'm going to go right into a little bit of the sap green with a touch of yellow on it. And come back and very gently highlight some of these. Isn't that easy? You have a beautiful old tree. And I think with that, we just about have a finished painting. So I think we'll call that one done. And from all of us here, I'd like to just bring it right on down. And whatever goes in there, we'll turn into reflections. We'll just turn it right into reflections. No big deal. Grab it over here, pull it down. Did you ever think you could make a building that easy using a big old brush? You can. You can. You can do anything. Maybe right in here, we'll pull that down. I bet at home you're saying, boy, he has done it this time. Gee, he has got a mess going there. You may be right. There we are. I don't care if some of that goes into the water. It'll all turn into nice reflections eventually. Okay, here's the roof. And we're still not really committed. We're not committed until we start putting all the little highlights on. Then we have to make big decisions. There we go. Now then, let's put a few of those nice little highlights on there. I'm gonna go right into some white. Same old dirty brush. Pick up some of this sienna. Okay, let's look at the brush. Look at there. See all the colors happening in that brush? Okay, let's go back up here. Start working down. And let the brush shake and tremble a little bit. It really helps if you're a little bit nervous here. Look at there. Go back up here. See, just let it bounce along and play. Already it's beginning to look like old wood. Old wood's fun to make. I like old wood. I really like it better than new, shiny wood. Looks better in paintings to me. Okay, and you just sort of layer this on. You need that dark underneath though, so this light color shows. Otherwise you don't get it to showing much. There. Now then, we'll take the knife and let's put a few little indications of some boards in there. I'll go right into the brown, cut off a little hunk, just a little tiny bit, right on the edge of the knife, all right? Now then, a few little boards, little slabs, wherever you think they ought to be. All I'm doing is just touching them. Maybe there's a happy little mountain that lives right along here. And you're really pushing this paint right into the fabric. Really get firm with it. You're not going to hurt this canvas. Shoot, they make tents out of it. It's tough. Really push it in. Use a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. And the only thing you're worried about is this nice outside shape here. You could care less what's happening down here. Okay? And that gives us a basic little mountain shape. Now then, let's go back to our large brush and grab that and pull it. Just pull it. Now that's mixing with the liquid white, and automatically it gets lighter toward the base. And if you can see the entire mountain, it should be lighter at the bottom than it is at the top. And as we've said on previous shows, because at the bottom you have mist, and now we have pollution, and these things have a tendency to break up and diffuse light, so it looks softer at the bottom. Now, by just taking the knife here, we can create the illusion of highlights and shadows. Just push very firmly. You can take the least little touch of titanium white. We want these mountains to be far, far away so they don't have much detail. Just barely touch. smallest amount of the titanium white. And I'm rubbing it. Okay, let's put a little tiny bit right there. Then we can just rub that right in. See, and it creates the illusion of all kind of things happening without you actually doing a whole bunch. And it keeps that mountain looking like it's far, far away. Far away, far away. There we go. Maybe a little touch right in there. Wherever. You just make a decision in your mountain and put it wherever you want it. And then we can tap that and blend it a little bit. And that mountain should look just like it's just laying there and just floating in the sky. Very soft, very quiet. Okay, let's have some fun. Now maybe there's a little quiet, soft. There. Add a little bit of the bright red to that color. Oh, look at there. There's a nice one. Nice one. Okay. Right there. All kinds of things. And work in layers. Layer after layer after layer. And that's what'll create the depth in your painting. Okay. Now we can come down here, put in a little more of the dark, and we can start putting in the highlights. As I say, this is where you really begin figuring out the lay of the land. Just begin dropping it in. Like so. Okay. And once we have this dark area there, then we're ready. So, same old dirty brush. I'm going to go right into some of the yellows and tap it. See, just tap it. Okay, let's go right up here. Now then, just begin touching. See, very gentle, like so. And you can make layer after layer after layer. When you're doing this, if you have trouble getting your paint to stick, add a little bit of the liquid white or a small amount of paint thinner, just to make your paint a little thinner. There. I added a touch of the bright red there, just to get it to stand out a little. See, you can just make layer after layer. Nice and bright. There we go. Anywhere you want a hill, just put a little bright area, and it creates the illusion of a happy little hill there. There. We'll just put another one there and let it work right on up. And just sort of let your imagination go when you're doing these at home. He said you stand behind a tree and make a noise like a carrot. When he comes by, you grab him. So that's what you got to do here. You got to think like a tree. I didn't catch many rabbits, if you're interested. There we go. Maybe down here there's some little ones. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to catch a little rabbit anyway. I think they're too cute. All right, enough of that. Now then, that gives us a nice little background, and all we're looking for is just some background so we can really concentrate on the waterfall. Going to go right into some good dark color. Maybe our waterfall is going to be in this area somewhere, and maybe it's going to drop right off in there. How's that? Just drop it off wherever. Somewhere in there, and then we'll have some dark color down here. We really don't care at this point. Let's take some brown. We'll use some Van Dyke brown and some of the dark sienna mixed together. I'll just mix it right here. Pull it out very flat. Cut across. See, there's a little roll of paint. There, you can see it. Little tiny roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go up here. Now with that, let's put some stones and some rocks, and something's got to contain this water. Always remember this water has to be contained. Otherwise, it'll just run everywhere. Got to have some stones and rocks and all kinds of little happy things. There we are. Okay. We're just gonna put a bush out there. There he is. Okay. We'll separate all those with highlights. No big deal at this point. And the big thing here, you're just looking for a dark color. It's no biggie. Whatever you have, just whatever. Don't worry about it too much. Nice dark color. Maybe we'll bring this down there, wherever you want it. I think the other side ought to have some too. We don't want it to get jealous. Maybe there's a beautiful big tree that lives here. And he hangs out. That's what I used to do when I was a teenager. Just hang out. That was the most exciting thing to do. I guess it still is. There we are. Okay. There we are. You know, one of the earlier shows, we showed you some of the paintings that people are doing along with us. Oh, I think that's so fantastic. I'm looking forward to doing that again. Let me hear from you. Let me know if you like seeing what people all over the country are doing with this fantastic painting method. Let me know. And if you enjoy seeing that kind of thing, I'll continually bring you some more, because we get all kinds of letters with paintings, and some of them are almost unbelievable, and I'd love to share them with you.
Sometimes that just turns out as a happy accident. It usually just ends up there on purpose, in other words. And all I'm doing is just getting a roll of paint on the knife, like this. Just pull it out flat, go straight through, and you get your roll. And touching, and just barely, just as light as a feather, pulling. And I've got a tiny bit of alizarin in there, just like in the clouds. And maybe this mountain will have a big valley in it. You ever see that show, The Big Valley? That's where this mountain comes from. Now I'm going to mix up a little bit of shadow color, and to do that you just use the base color that you use for the mountain, a little bit of white, and some Prussian blue. Now you get a roll on your knife just like you did with the white, except this time you push up into the white a little bit and pull away from it. And that drags some of that light out onto the shadow side of the mountain too. So